welcome to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news that happened during the week October 22nd to October 28th, 2010. In movie news, Popcorn Biz at NBCSanDiego.com published an interview with composer Hans Zimmer. It doesn't clarify if he'll be scoring the new Superman movie or not, but he does talk about whether or not the John Williams Superman theme should be retained. He said, "You're allowed to reinvent, but you have to try to be as good or at least as iconic, and it has to resonate and it has to become a part of the zeitgeist." In TV news, Jim Bennett has updated our Smallville episode guide with his summary of the most recent Season 10 episode, ISIS, while Douglas Trumbull and Julian Finn have given their reviews for this same episode, with Doug giving it a 4 out of 5, while Julian liked it less, giving it a 1.5 out of 5. Harvest, the 6th episode of Season 10 of Smallville, airs tonight, Friday, October 29th at 8 PM. In this episode, Lois, upset with Clark's well-intentioned meddling, insists she can protect herself, but soon ends up in danger while stranded with a flat tyre. Meanwhile, Tess looks for ways to help Alexander, who is aging abnormally. Look for our episode summary and reviews in the days following this episode. The CW released the official spoiler-filled description for Abandoned, the 8th episode of Season 10 of Smallville. In this episode, Lois finds a video made for her by her mother, Ella Lane, before she died. After watching the tape, Lois makes a drastic decision about her relationship with Clark that takes her to the fortress, where she comes face to face with Jor-El and Lara. Abandoned is scheduled to air on Friday, November 12th. Speaking of Jor-El and Lara, denofgeek.com interviewed Helen Slater, talking to her about her singing career, Supergirl the movie, and Smallville. She revealed that she and Julian Sands will be turning to their roles of Lara and Jor-El for one episode. She said, "I wish it was more because it was so much fun doing it, but I guess they've got it all written." E-Online Spoiler Chat found out that Terry Hatcher's performance in the Abandoned episode is a major tearjerker. Kelly Souders said, "I just watched 3 takes and I had to stop for a while because it was so heart-wrenching. Terry just had an incredible performance and it was beautiful." E-Online also gave us our first look at Lindsay Hartley as Mad Harriet on Smallville. Answering to Granny Goodness and being the good little minion she is, Harriet makes it her mission to take Clark down. Lindsay, wife of Justin Hartley, will appear in Abandoned, the November 12th episode. Journalists were invited to a press conference at the recent New York Comic Con to discuss the upcoming Cartoon Network Young Justice animated series with producers Brandon Vietti and Greg Weisman. Batman, Red Tornado and Black Canary will be prominent Justice Leaguers on the show, acting as mentors to the sidekicks, but the producers emphasise that the focus will remain on the young heroes. The show is set to premiere sometime in November. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes from the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of the Season 3 episode Clark Kent Outlaw, in which Clark goes undercover, supposedly helping a gang of criminals. There was a lot of media buzz surrounding this week's release of Superman Earth 1. Newsarama.com spoke with artist Shane Davis about his year-long assignment creating the artwork for the highly anticipated original graphic novel. IO9.com and the New York Post spoke to DC co-publisher Dan Didio, who said, "We wanted to tell a story that's hip, sexy and moody." Such is the buzz over this book that DC Comics announced it has been sent back to press for a new second printing before it even went on sale. DC Comics released a teaser poster for the upcoming November 10th hardcover re-release of the Superman vs. Muhammad Ali comic special. Illustrated by comics legend Neal Adams and co-written with Denny O'Neil, the Superman vs. Muhammad Ali special became an instant classic when it was released in 1978. Now for the first time, DC Comics is releasing the renowned comic book at its original size in hardcover, facsimile and deluxe editions. MTV.com interviewed Jim Lee, who discusses the release of his new hardcover retrospective book titled Icons, the DC Comics and Wildstorm Art of Jim Lee. He said, "Superman is the hardest character to draw. I think that I erase the character more than I draw that character, to be honest." The 71st episode of the From Crisis to Crisis podcast is now available to listen to. The Man of Steel is still time lost this week, as Time and Time Again continues through the Superman books with a May 1991 cover date. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Supergirl number 57, which was reviewed by Jeffrey Bridges, who said, "I just wasn't blown away," and he gave it a 3 out of 5. Michael Bailey reviewed Superman Batman number 77, rating it a 4 out of 5, calling it a fun issue and well worth the read. Justice League of America number 50 was reviewed by Ralph Silver, who gave it a 4 out of 5, saying, "I look forward to the next issue." While Charlie Niemeyer looked back to November 1971 to review Jimmy Olsen 143, which featured the story Genocide Spray. Superman comics shipping this week from October 27th include Action Comics 894, JLA the 99 number 1, Supergirl Annual number 2, Superman 704, which is available in an alternate cover, Superman Earth 1 hardcover, Teen Titans number 88, also available in an alternate cover, Time Masters Vanishing Point number 4, DC Comics presents Superman number 1, and DC Comics presents Young Justice number 1. In other news, Sony Online Entertainment released another video for DC Universe Online, the upcoming MMORPG scheduled to be released early in 2011. This time around we're shown through the iconic police headquarters in the city of Metropolis, as well as being treated to cameos from a few familiar heroes. We mourn the passing of two members of the Superman family this week. Robert Painter, cinematographer on Superman 2 and Superman 3, passed away on October 20th, aged 82, while Tholsai Simonson, who was the special effects artist on the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series, passed away aged 98. Episode 70 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage, is now online. Neal and I discuss Zack Snyder directing the new Superman movie casting, Smallville Season 10 episodes, Superman comics, Superman Earth 1 and more. Be sure to also check out The Last Son of Krypton Chapter 70 and Lost Daughter of Krypton Chapter 42 audio dramas from pendantaudio.com. That's all the Superman news there was for this week, October 22nd to October 28th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Welcome to Bailey Planet. Nick Spencer is taking over for Spencer Gates on the Supergirl title. And that makes me sad. Not because I have anything against Nick Spencer. I'm still trying to figure out how he is as an artist. But because I really, really liked Sterling Gates' run on Supergirl. It was the first one in a long time that made me actually go, oh, hey, wow, I'm really interested in Supergirl. It's not because Supergirl isn't an interesting character. It's because she was always kind of relegated to second-rate status and never given a real firm origin and kind of not paid attention to. When you start paying attention to a character like what they did with Power Girl or like what Sterling did with Supergirl and try and give them a good, organized cast and neat stories to go around, some are going to fly and some are not, but it's going to be good reading the whole time and you'll keep me. There was a lot of attention paid to her character and developing her, and I wish him well wherever he's going with comics. I don't exactly know yet, but I will find out, and I will be picking up his work after he leaves, but he will be missed. Good run.